Warning: the following content may contain spoilers for film and television programs. It is also intended for mature audiences. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
How have you guys never heard of Open Range before?
Shut up, I don't watch westerns.
That's a great movie. I'm the one that said something about it.
You know, I was actually gonna bring a list of everything you guys did wrong while I was gone, just to piss you off. But I
would
got
have
too lazy.
laughed at it, actually.
Yeah. Welcome everybody to episode 19 of the See It podcast. I am back from my
Moose hunting trip.
Yes, my moose hunting trip in Alaska. It was super fun. Everybody, if you've never gone to Alaska, definitely go. Saw some grizzly bears, caught some fish. Good times. There's no nighttime this time of year up there. It was
all right.
It was 3 a.m. and the sun was still out.
I really want to go.
You need to look into it, man. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful place.
I'm actually planning a vacation to Harry Potter World this time next year.
Oh, really?
That's
Fuck yeah, I am going.
I don't think you're going to see as many grizzlies in Harry Potter World.
No, but that's okay.
All right. So, hello, my name's Andrew Wormsby, and drinking is always my Johnny Walker Black Label. Joining me today, we have...
Zach Chadwick, and I'm drinking a 7-Up.
You're still not drinking?
Not drinking. Dude, that was the worst experience ever the next day. I can't do it. I'm too old for that shit. I can't remember that movie. I'm too old for this shit. Danny Glover said that.
Yeah,
I'm
Sleep
too
with
old for
Weapons
this shit. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Austin. When can we expect you to start drinking again?
I'll have a beer next week. Just
You
not today.
Okay.
Yeah. Not feeling it.
Your eyes still look bloodshot. Like,
It's because I literally woke up the second before I left the house.
nice.
That's always nice.
Okay, sorry.
Austin Fairbairn, and I'm not drinking as well. I'm on Vicodin right now, so...
Oh yeah, you had 14 wisdom teeth.
Mix
taken
that
out.
shit.
14. Yeah, it's always good to mix liquor and Vicodin, I heard, so...
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Everyone
House told
should
me
try
at
it.
school, so.
All right, so since I'm back this week, last night I went out and I saw Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. This will be my See It or Skip It of the week. Movie is directed by Matt Reeves. He did the first, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I thought Rise of the Planet of the Apes was one of the best movies I saw in 2012. Is that when it came out?
Yes.
This movie is just as good, if not better, than Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Really?
Yeah, I was really excited for this movie, and normally when I'm super excited for a film, that never lives up to the hype.
Let you down.
But this was an incredible film. Jason Clarke
Is he the main guy?
He's the main guy in it.
Okay.
His performance is great. The thing with Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, I did not expect this going in. 80% of the movie is about the apes. I thought it was going to be half and half. Like, when you have big stars like Gary Oldman and Jason Clarke, you expect them to have some screen time.
Yeah.
I would say Gary Oldman's in the movie for maybe 6 minutes of screen time.
Wow.
Like, added together.
Thanks.
He's an important character, but they talk about him a lot. He's never on screen.
Okay.
Andy Serkis, of course, steals the movie.
Amazing.
The CGI that they do is some of the best I've ever seen.
Was it badass watching apes ride on horses firing guns?
You have no idea. That took it from like a good movie to a great movie. Just that part right there. And the guy who plays Koba, the bad ape, I think his name's Toby Kebbell. I think is his name. That guy's good.
Yeah.
Like, you hate that guy, or you hate that ape, I guess. It's one of those movies where. Do you remember in Man of Steel? You guys both saw Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Zod. What's his name?
Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon. I love that guy, and I can't believe it. I had all this planned out, and I'm falling apart here.
You're a week out of practice. It's all right.
Yeah, I'm out of practice. That's what it is. Michael Shannon, he was doing everything for his people in Man of Steel.
Right.
That's kind of what Toby Kebbell does for Koba. Everything he does is for, in his mind, the betterment of the apes.
Okay.
So he's not really a villain until like the very end, because he just loves his race so much that he just wants them to be better. And he was Did you ever see Rise of the Planet of the Apes? Either of you?
I have, yeah.
Okay, he was in Rise of the Planet of the Apes. He was the ape that had like the one eye that they kept.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, in the first one, he was the one that they were doing all the lab experiments, like cutting him and stuff.
Oh yeah, so he'd be kind of pissed.
Exactly, yeah.
Makes
so
sense.
there's enough backstory to where you're like, okay, I get where he's coming from. You know, he was tortured and it was a lab experiment.
That sounds awesome because they're showing it from a perspective you wouldn't expect them to.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool.
And Carrie Russell's in it, and she's pretty cute.
Yeah, I like her.
A couple things. One, that's something that's happened a lot more in recent films. I'd say the last 20 years versus older films, and that's having the villain be like a shade of gray. Like they're not like black and white like they used to be in old films.
I love that.
And that definitely makes films, I think, a lot better. As compared to the older ones.
I love that because you can't. It's not black and white. You have to decide for yourself.
Exactly.
I was trying to find a movie to compare the storyline of this to, and I really couldn't think of anything. And I think that works for its betterment because there's not really that many films like it out there. So
another question for it: as badass as gorillas riding horses, firing guns, do you think that's gonna be something in like 30 years that they look back and like, look at this movie, like what were they doing? Like we do it in some movies.
No, because if Hollywood's track record keeps going, they're gonna reboot this shit in 15 years.
True, it's true.
This is a whole scene of the riding the horses, shooting guns. It's one of the coolest scenes I've seen. It's not Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is not my favorite movie of the year. It's in my top 3.
I was about to ask you that.
No, it's not. It's because I'm such a fanboy for Godzilla growing up with everything. That movie, Godzilla, was made for the fans, so it's still number 1. This is probably 2 or 3.
What's your other one?
Lego Movie, and what did I say?
You haven't seen X-Men yet, have you?
I haven't seen X-Men yet.
You motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to see, while I was in Alaska, I was supposed to go and see Edge of Tomorrow, because everybody's talking about how great that movie is. I didn't get around to it because
Did you see that
I was in the
Toho
woods.
is having a record year?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you'd like that.
I did. I read that, and I'm like, yeah, good for you. All right, so this movie, hands down, see it, top 5 for me this year easily.
I probably will not.
Sorry, my opinion wasn't up to par with all the others that I brought. I just saw it last night, and I didn't have time to write anything.
To really reflect on it.
Exactly, yeah. But
Fair
it's
enough.
definitely a see it.
Hey, it's all good.
All right, is that it? We're going to go on now to the news segment. Speaking of news,
This is going to go smoother this week because I'm not the one that's saying it.
10 news items this week.
Quite a few.
Yeah, the first 2 are very depressing. So, Harry Potter actor Dave Legano tragically died at the age of 50. He was hiking in Death Valley, and then a heart-related issue occurred, and that resulted in his passing.
That's
Sad.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Just out of the blue, you just gone.
Yeah, they said he'd been dead for 2 days when they found his body.
Oh, wow.
Man.
Yeah, that's...
Ooh.
Yeah, he's remembered for his role in Harry Potter. He was the werewolf, Fenrir Greyback. He was also in Snatch and Batman Begins. So
Who was he in Batman Begins?
he was one of the League of Shadow agents.
Oh, nice.
You remember, like, I think, do you remember, like, when Bruce Wayne's having the party and then Ra's al Ghul shows
Yeah,
up and, like,
yeah.
all the people are like,
Yeah,
he was one of
okay.
those dudes.
That's really sad because I really liked him or his interpretation of Greyback in Harry Potter. It was awesome.
Yeah, and in Snatch he was Johnny.
that's a great movie. That's really sad. Hope his family, gets over that.
And then another passing. This is really depressing. Tommy Ramone, the last surviving member of the Ramones, passed away. He'd been battling, I think it was bile duct cancer. He'd been battling that for a long time.
That sounds awful.
He was 65. The drummer and producer for the Ramones.
God damn.
Dang.
One of the most iconic bands of
One of the
all
most
time.
influential bands of all time.
Yeah.
As far as influencing later rock bands.
We don't normally talk about music or musicians on this podcast. It's mostly movies and television and documentaries and the such. But this is something that definitely needed to be discussed. And man, I remember listening to the Ramones as a kid, and I haven't listened to their songs in a long time. But
Yeah, I think basically every kid in the 90s had a Ramones t-shirt, so there's that.
Yeah.
Most of them probably hadn't heard a Ramones song before, but they still wore the t-shirts.
yeah, so he'd been battling cancer, and I'm glad his suffering's over, but it's still very sad.
Yeah, it sucks.
Speaking of battles, We're going to go on to...
Oh, shit.
How the fuck have you guys never heard of The Revenant?
Well, okay, because apparently it's a fucking $200 book, so why the fuck would I have read it?
It's $200 used. You can find copies, collectible copies, for over $1,000.
I've never heard of this book.
It's one of those legendary books of all time. Hugh Glass gets mauled by a bear.
I've never heard of this shit. I've heard of The Circus. Isn't that a book they make you read in high school? And Romeo and Juliet.
It's not a book that they make you read in high school.
I know, but that's shit that I've heard of. I've never heard of this.
It's up there with like Ulysses and stuff as like one of the main books in history.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, I don't watch westerns, so I probably wouldn't read one either.
Like I said, I think there's only 2 westerns I've ever seen that I've really liked. Oh no, 3, because Outlaw Josie Wales is fucking badass.
Your guys' knowledge of westerns, I found out from listening to last week's
Severely
podcast,
lacking.
is abysmal, and I was very disappointed.
Oh wait, no, there's 4 westerns I really like. So there's Tombstone and Outlaw Josie Wales and Open Range and Unforgiven. Unforgiven's a great movie.
Yeah, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Never seen it. Have no desire to.
Once
Sorry.
Upon a Time in the West.
No. Does Desperado count?
The Man from Laramie.
No. I've seen Fistful of Dollars. That's an alright movie.
310 to Yuma.
No.
Both of them.
No.
Oh my god, you guys suck.
Oh, The Good, the Bad, and the Weird.
You're both fired. That's not even a western.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. Speaking of The Revenant, Megan Ellison is in final talks to bring her production company, Anapara Pictures, as a financier for the film. Again, how the fuck have you never heard of Revenant?
I'm sorry, dude. I've never heard of it. It's I'd never heard of Harry Potter before the first movie came out, so
What?
never heard of Harry Potter before the first movie. Sorry.
Really?
Yes, absolutely correct.
I heard about it because they were banning it in our school libraries and stuff.
I had never heard of Lord of the Rings before I saw the first trailer.
I heard of it, just never read them.
Yeah, I never read the book until I'd seen the movie, but
You're just
Sorry, man.
I
wasn't.
You're a
okay,
poser.
Pre
This whole time. This whole time I had this idea about you.
in 2000, December 2000, because I remember the first trailer I ever
Had you
saw.
near of Game of Thrones before they were making the HBO show? Oh my god!
No.
Who is this person? I thought I knew.
Pre 2001 when December 2000 when they put out the first teaser trailer for the trilogy, I thought, man, that's some great shit. And that's when I really got into like reading. I just had never heard of Harry Potter before the first movie. I had never heard of Game of Thrones before the first season. It's just I had always read like R.A. Salvatore and the Dungeons and Dragons series and a couple Star Wars books here and there, but I didn't really get into reading until I was out of school because school sucks all the fun out of reading.
Well, getting back to Revenant, thank you, Megan Ellison, for saving The Revenant. It's going to be a great movie because all the other production companies backed out when they heard DiCaprio and Hardy's terms for making the movie.
What were their terms?
It was one of those pay or play
Yeah.
sort of things.
It's gonna be a decent movie. I mean, it's got 2 great actors in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see. Speaking of finances, this 4th of July week saw a 43.4% drop in moviegoers from last year. Is Hollywood unable to generate the original material to bring people to the movies now?
they're not unable, they're unwilling.
I think it's part of it. I don't think it's all of it. Part of it is that, but I think more of it was the only thing that was out this holiday weekend was Transformers, and that's it. And the problem with studios, and it happens all the time, they will not release 2 huge releases on the same weekend because they want to get max dollars. So, like Ninja Turtles, say, if it was scheduled to come out on July 4th and Transformers was coming out the same day, they would move one of those movies to give it its own weekend. Because you can see that. Like, I think originally Transformers was going to be... There was some huge release this year was going to come out the same day as X-Men. Well, you're not going to release any movie the same day as that because everybody's going to see X-Men. It made a fuck ton of money its first weekend. I think it's just a lack of product on it. It's my opinion.
Well, speaking of generating original material, because I read this the other day, Christopher Nolan, he was talking about how people are saying that Hollywood's not unique anymore. He says, don't worry about it. There's always a lull, and then it comes back big, and the lull is over. So expect to see some great material coming out of Hollywood and film in the next few years.
I was never really worried about the future of Hollywood. Like, this is like the end of all of original story or anything like that.
I think what he was saying was like, people are just like, okay, Hollywood can't come up with anything original anymore. And he's saying, be prepared for some great films that are coming out, because all of the old directors and stuff that were remaking their old films, they're all going to be retiring soon. So we're going to see a fresh new wave of young, innovative directors come in.
Oh, everything goes in cycles. I mean, right now we're getting all rehashed, rebooted shit, and in the next few years they're going to run out of ideas to reboot, so they're going to have to come up with new ideas. Yeah, that's all. I mean, if anybody else would have said this, I probably wouldn't have given much credence to it. But it's Christopher fucking Nolan, and the man knows what he's talking about. He doesn't have a bad movie in him.
All right. These last 4 news items I don't have a segue for, so Tracy Morgan is suing Walmart over the deadly crash.
I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah.
But I don't see Walmart, they'll settle out of court like every court case does. And I honestly, if Walmart really wanted to, they could probably take it to court and pay him less, because they're going to pawn it off on the dude not going by their policies, and he went, he didn't do what he was supposed to, so it's his fault.
Yeah, no, they'll settle out of court for a few mil.
Yeah.
No.
They may settle out of court, but they're not going to settle out of the public eye, because everybody knows about it now.
Right.
Walmart could give a shit less.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they could.
No. I guarantee you the revenue hasn't went down a bit since this happened.
Yeah.
They're still making just as much money now as the day it happened.
If they did
Public opinion and revenue are two different things. People will lose appreciation for Walmart. They're not going to lose money.
Everybody already hates Walmart, but people still go shop there.
It's just another reason for them to hate, and it builds up. Eventually there's going to be the straw that broke the camel's back.
I can't argue with that logic, but if people didn't give a fuck about that Walmart high cost of low price movie, they ain't going to give a shit about this.
I mean,
but eventually it is going to break, and people are really going to hate them.
There's a lot of reason to hate Walmart, but I don't think this is necessarily one of them, because they're going to settle out of court because they are responsible for their drivers, but it wasn't like Walmart did this to him. It was the miscalculations of a driver. So
yeah, it's crazy. Whatever.
Next news item, Zach and I were pretty upset about this. Pedro Pascal did not receive an Emmy nomination.
Yeah, this is some bullshit. Listen, nothing against Diana Rigg. Queen of Thorns, great. I love her when she's on the screen. She's really good. But she was only in 2 episodes, and even in those episodes, she was hardly on the screen. Every time Pedro Pascal was on the screen as Oberyn, he carried the scene, he carried the episode. I don't understand the logic behind awards, committees, whatever. I had read somewhere that the reason they didn't give him a nom was because it would have been his first time. Like, this is really his breakout role. What the fuck does that matter?
Okay, that doesn't make any sense at all, because if you look at the Academy with Barkhad Abdi from Captain Phillips, that was his first movie ever, and he got an Oscar nomination.
He at least got a nom.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you not give Pedro Pascal a nom? Because I looked at the other guest stars for a drama series, and I didn't see anybody that was really... I mean, I think it really goes back to...
and he's done work. He was in the Adjustment Bureau and Burn Notice. He's done work before.
I think this is the stigma that's attached to fantasy and sci-fi in every medium that's not literature. They just don't like giving it its due.
And you know who else I'm upset that didn't get an Emmy nom is Charles Dance.
Yeah, man, he's great. I don't understand. I mean, I love Peter Dinklage.
Okay, I'll say it. Game of Thrones got 19 Emmy nominations.
They got more than anybody else.
Yes, we're just pissed about the particular people that were left out.
we were wanting to get nominated, besides Peter Dinklage, did not get nominated.
Who had the second most? It was some show that
Fargo.
Fargo, yeah.
I really think it just goes back to the stigma of fantasy. Because the only thing that's ever gotten any recognition is Lord of the Rings for being a great quality. And the bad part about this is Game of Thrones probably is only going to win 1 or 2 Emmys. They aren't going to win dramatic series because House of Cards was so goddamn good, and True Detective was so good, and Breaking Bad was so good. I mean, it's just bad timing, but at the same time, I think he deserved the Emmy outright.
I forget that Breaking Bad just finished.
Yeah,
this past year, like.
Yeah,
It seems like so much longer than that, like looking back, but I guess it really wasn't.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
this will be its last nomination ever.
I mean, we all love award shows, Emmys and Oscars, but man, sometimes I just don't. I really think they need to get some younger people in on these committees to vote for these awards.
Yeah, I've never been a huge Emmys person. I do really like the Academy Awards, obviously, but the Emmys, it's just, I don't know, just something about it's always not been my favorite award
I watched
show.
the three. I watch all three of them:
Do ya?
Emmy, Oscar, Golden Globe.
I don't. I mean, I'm more Oscar than right. I sometimes watch the Emmys and I sometimes watch the Golden Globes, but I really think that's part of it. Is the committees are old and nobody wants to give fantasy credit.
Speaking of last week, you were talking about Shane Black remaking Predator, or a sequel to the first Predator movie.
Yeah,
He has signed on both Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling for his other upcoming film, Nice Guys.
I read a thing about this last night, and this is going to be like some super classic noir style film.
Yeah, it's a
Sounds awesome.
I think it's two LA detectives. There's a porn star murdered in 1970, and they gotta figure out who did it.
Nice.
I think it's the perfect. I don't know why, but when I saw that it's Ryan Crowe, Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe,
Ryan Crowe,
yeah,
Russell Gosling.
it just I really in my head that sounds like the perfect two to put in a movie like this.
And I hope, this is going to sound bad, I hope Ryan Gosling's done with his over-the-top art films. Like, Drive was really good, but that set him down a path to make some really weird fucking
Questionable.
movies.
Did you see
No.
Only God Forgives?
Yeah, I did.
That movie's fucked up.
It's fucked up, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I didn't care for it either, but it was really, really weird.
He needs to go back to making movies like Crazy Stupid Love and Ides of March.
Yeah, Crazy Stupid Love's great.
It's actually a really good movie. I was surprised about how much I like that movie.
That's the one with Steve Carell and
Yeah.
Emma.
Emma
And
Stone,
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin.
David Lindelof. What was I going to say about Shane Black? You guys were saying that you didn't like the movies he's made and stuff like that.
No. I was saying that I was talking about how why do they need to make a sequel to Predator? I'm not. I mean, the
Did you
first.
guys ever see the Adrian Brody one?
Yeah.
I liked it.
I liked it too. I just think it's
It goes back to the, can we please get some original content in here?
Yeah.
Like we're just really getting kind of tired
Shane
of
Black made
reboots
Kiss Kiss
and-
Bang Bang. I mean, that was fucking great.
He made Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and he was the writer for every single Lethal Weapon movie.
Yeah.
Don't give me that look. You know you love those movies.
I was like, is that supposed to tell me that it was good?
Okay, but that's
Or-
original material. Why
did
did they
do
need to
Iron
do
Man 3, and
this?
that wasn't a good movie.
I liked that movie. I'll fight you to the end on that.
that movie.
Whatever. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, Colin Farrell is in talks to star in True Detective Season 2.
Love it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it right now.
Is he the only one that's...
That they've confirmed. I think Jessica.
No, he's still in talks with, like, Jessica Chastain as
Okay,
well.
so Jessica Chastain's still talking to him.
Have
As
they,
far
have
as
they,
I know.
have they
It's gonna
announced
be
any,
great.
like, third? Because it was supposed to be a third one.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a third one. Peter Dinklage, just do it.
I was the only casting that I could imagine that I would be more excited for than this one would be if they got Brad Pitt, because I think he'd be great in the show.
This is going to sound stupid, and you guys are going to think I'm crazy for saying this. I don't know why it just popped in my head, but I really like the idea of maybe Jack Black doing a serious role as a detective.
I don't hate you for that.
I don't know why that just popped in my head, but I just imagined it. I'm like, I could see it, and I could see it actually being really good, because the guy's a good actor.
Yeah, he is.
Like Bernie.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
That's when I realized,
Finally
okay, the
saw
guy
that.
can actually act. In Nachos Libre.
The only thing that
Get that corn out of my face!
the only thing about this next season that has me worried is the first one to set such a high bar, and they're going to be expected to maintain that.
I think its biggest difficulty is going to be the fact that this first season set such a definite tone that when you have new cast members that are going to act and take scenes completely different directions, that it might still be really good, but it's not going to have the same tone and feel as the first season that people maybe are expecting. So they're going to have to get over that hump of people, like, getting on board with the new direction of a show, because it's going to change at least slightly from the way that the first one was going.
Right, because you can't duplicate McConaughey's performance.
Exactly.
Colin Farrell's going to, if he does it, he's going to do a great job.
Oh,
yeah,
In
I
his
think
last
so.
few films, he's realized he can't do those films he was doing when he first started out. Whenever he started doing movies like In Bruges, like, the guy can act. He can.
Yeah. In Bruges, London Boulevard with Keira Knightley is pretty good, and I haven't seen much other than that. Dead Man Down was not good, but that's not his fault.
I actually kind of liked Phone Booth too.
I loved that movie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I thought it was super unique when it came out because I had never seen a movie that quite like that.
Yeah, not a lot of people like that movie, but I like it. So.
Oh, come on. It's got Kiefer Sutherland as the creepy voice over the phone. It was great.
Yeah. All right. We are done with speaking of news. Now it's time to move on to our next segment, Trailer Talk, where we talk about new film and television show trailers that have just come out. First one up. Zach, take it off.
This is a movie called Frank, directed by Lenny Abrahamson, something like
Lenny
that.
Lenny Abrahamson.
He did Richard did.
Lenny
Admiral
Abrahamsonville, Fieldville.
It stars Michael Fassbender, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Dom Hall Gleason. Is he related to Brendan Gleeson?
No.
And Scott McNairy.
Dom Hall Gleason's the new up-and-coming Scottish ginger movie
Brendan
star.
Gleeson's Scottish. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
I'll look it up. I don't think he is.
It's the story of a guy named John who joins a pop band. It's led by a dude named Frank who never takes off this giant creepy helmet that he always has on.
It kind of looks like a paper mache,
big boy helmet. Yeah. The story of Frank is based off of a late British comedian Chris Stevie's legendary character. I really, really want to see this movie. I'm a huge Fassbender fan, and this movie looks right up my alley.
Yeah. No, you never see Michael Fassbender's face, at least not in the trailer.
Yeah.
But no, it looks really great.
It looks really quirky, really well written.
Holy shit.
He is, isn't he?
He's his son.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Son of a bitch.
Even in the trailer, they labeled this as a black comedy, and that's like right on the head. Like,
yeah,
that's exactly what it
looks
is.
great.
He's
can't
in
wait
the
to
Harry
see
Potters,
it.
you know.
Is
Which
he
one?
really? Oh, he's one of the Weasleys, isn't
He's
he?
one of the Weasleys.
I think he was Bill Weasley.
He was.
Nice, man. I'm good.
Good call.
My memory is really good today. I'm proud of myself.
Mine is atrocious, so you're just making it up for me. I didn't even make that connection.
This looks like a movie that could maybe get a couple
Damn
of
it, I'm
awards
supposed to be
nominations.
good at uncovering this shit, and
I could maybe like a
Alaska
like a
has
Like,
sound
like a
editing.
Sundance Film Festival award or Cannes or something like that.
Yeah.
It won't win an Oscar, but certainly it'll be a very enjoyable movie.
I
think.
could possibly see it being nominated for like a sound editing type award
for
or something
sure.
like that.
Michael Fassbender will give a performance something to the par of what Hugo Weaving did in V for Vendetta, where you never see his face, but the performance is outstanding without that.
This is not has anything to do with this movie, but it has to do with Fassbender. Have you heard all of the buzz around this Hamlet movie he's in that comes out next year that apparently they're saying is going to guarantee him an Oscar win? Like the Weinsteins just picked it up not that long ago to finance it. Apparently it's fucking amazing.
It's already out?
No, it's not out. I
it
guess
haven't
they've
come out?
screened it at like some like film festivals or whatever. Like they're not done with it, but they've screened it.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll show early
Yeah,
screenings.
and I guess he's just brings it on to a whole nother level.
I always wait and kind of reserve judgment for
Yeah.
Shakespeare adaptations just because sometimes they're just not very good, and sometimes even if they are good,
They've been
they're
done
still
to death.
they're still just kind of like too heavy and
Coriolanus. And
I haven't seen that.
That's not too bad.
it's not too bad, but
Have you seen Josh Whedon's Much Ado About Nothing?
That's on my queue.
It's actually pretty good.
really wanna see
It's actually
it.
pretty good. He recorded that entire thing in his house in like 2 weeks.
Joss Whedon is a fucking genius.
Yeah.
I just discovered Dollhouse a couple days ago.
Oh, really?
I've been telling you about Dollhouse. You didn't discover shit.
I got through the first season in like 2 days, and we're 2 episodes into the second season. How the hell did this show ever get canceled?
Speaking
this is
of that,
amazing.
I just recently rewatched Firefly and Serenity again because they're both on Netflix.
Yeah.
God, I was a bad idea because I was kind of over the
makes
fact
you
that it
sad.
wasn't on anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like, oh, it's in the past. No, I'm pissed now again.
But seriously,
Fucking liar. You're saying you just discovered Dollhouse. I've been telling
this-
you about this show for
this
years.
show's not on the air anymore, so I don't feel like this is a spoiler. But when they revealed Alpha is Wash,
yeah.
it blew my mind.
No, that took me by surprise too.
It's a great show. It's super well written. The story is interesting. I just don't. Wait, it was on Fox, so no shit, it died. Okay, sorry. Trailer talk.
Okay. Did you give the synopsis for what Frank was about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was too busy looking up the
The Gleason.
Dom Knowles Gleason's. Okay. Next film up, The Zero Theorem, directed by Terry Gilliam. He directed Holy Grail, Meaning of Life, 12 Monkeys, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. Guy's done work.
Yeah. Matt Damon's in this movie?
Yeah, he is.
Who the fuck is Matt Damon? I didn't see him in the trailer.
But it's also starring Christoph Waltz is the main guy. David Thewlis, that guy's awesome. I love him.
Yeah, he's
Tilda
really good.
Swinton and Peter Stormare. I think I need to go back to Alaska and get my shit together and then come back because this is just awful.
Or you
today.
just need to fill up on Chipotle. Have you had Chipotle since you've been back?
As soon as I got back, I landed, got in the car, drove straight to Chipotle and got a big ass burrito.
Nice.
Okay, back to Zero Theorem. It's the story of takes place in the psychedelic future. The computer hacker, played by Christoph Waltz, is tasked with finding the Zero Theorem, which is the reason for man's existence. And the closer he gets, for some reason, the supervisors of like the world try to stop him. They like throw women at him to distract him and stuff. And then he realizes shit's getting too real.
I don't know what to think about this movie. I really think that Terry Gilliam, 12 Monkeys is great, and obviously Holy Grail and Meaning of Life are awesome. But he is, I think, falling into the habit of making a style of movie simply because it's his style of movie. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love Christoph Waltz and I love David Thewlis, and Matt Damon is awesome. But this movie does not pull me in at all.
Yeah, no. I can look past the like cinematic and visual aspect of it, that this is his style, and be like, okay, and just look at the product, the movie itself, the story, and if that's interesting enough, I can get over all the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
But like you said, there wasn't really enough in that story to pull me in. Like, just the performances I saw in the trailer weren't enough to pull me in to make me watch this movie.
Well, I saw The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus when it came out, and I really want to see it because the story is really cool, and I want to see Tom Waits play the devil because I think it's perfect for him. But it was really weird, and I came out of it, I'm like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen The Fountain with Hugh Jackman?
Yeah.
It was a Darren
I've
Aronofsky
seen
film.
part of it.
That's what this movie kind of reminds me of. It has that feel to it.
Except really bright and colorful.
Which is, again, his signature.
Yeah.
Well, Fountain was, in certain scenes, it was very colorful.
It was, but
A lot of bright.
this looks straight out of like a psychedelic, like 70s, 80s type.
Yeah.
Oh, well, like I said earlier, when I saw this trailer, it's like, man, I bet if I tripped a bunch of acid before I went, this would be fun to watch.
And then Andrew made the good point that you wouldn't need to because you'd feel like you were on acid
Right,
just by watching this.
exactly.
Speaking of acid, we're
Oh,
gonna,
I love that.
Yeah. I'm doing segues and trailer talk now. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Jimmy, All Is By My Side. It's the life story of Jimi Hendrix, directed by John Ridley. He did the screenplay for 12 Years a Slave, and he produced Three Kings. This is like one of his second or third film he's actually directed.
Yeah.
So, starring Andre Benjamin, he's playing Jimi Hendrix, Imogen Poots, who's fine as shit, Haley Atwell, and Vern Gorman. I am not going to lie, I'm not the biggest fan of Jimi Hendrix. I mean, his music's good. It's not in my favorites. I know a lot of people love that guy to death.
I love his music. I was a huge fan of his for a long, long time, and I still am a fan. But I know so much about him already, and I've seen so many documentaries already. I have no desire to see this movie.
I heard rumors that he used to, his head bandana that he used to cover up, he used to take a razor and cut his head and put acid in like patches of acid.
Yeah.
And then he would cover it up with the band-aid or with the bandana.
bandana,
So he would
Pretty hardcore.
So the acid would like get in his blood
bloodstream.
while he
Yeah.
was playing music.
That's crazy.
Nice. No, again, I feel like
Don't know if there's any truth to that or not.
this is like the same type of movie I've seen a lot lately. They're doing the James Brown
Life story.
life
yeah,
story.
yeah.
They just did the Jersey Boys.
But
Apparently that's not that good of a movie.
I really want to see it, and I
I
don't
do
know
too.
why.
I don't know.
Because it's Clint Eastwood. That's
Well,
why.
that's true.
I know it's just 3 music related biography pieces all within like a couple months.
Is that going to
span.
be the new thing in Hollywood?
Probably.
It's going to be, yeah.
But you know what? That's
You know
not
what
anything-
started it off? Walk the Line.
Walk the Line, and then
Did Ray come out before Walk the Line?
Ray.
I don't.
They were right around
know.
the same time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey,
You know the Dewey Cox story.
but it's original.
Yeah.
It's original content. I can get behind this. Yeah, they've done documentaries, but you haven't really seen a dramatic interpretation of someone's life. I'm all for it. Bring original shit. I won't see it, but
Yeah.
I mean, the only one movie I've seen like this that I liked was the Doors movie that had Val Kilmer in it. Like
That movie's messed the fuck up.
I know, but it's so good.
It's a step better than like a reboot or just a straight
Yeah.
duplicate, but it's still not, in my opinion, true original content.
I'm
think
with
that's
you.
what
It's
I
not
was
original
going
content.
for.
That's
what I was going for. Yeah.
It's
Fuck
not
it.
unique. It's the story's been done, like the story of like the tried and tribulations of
Musicians.
musicians. Yeah, trials and tribulations. That's it. I'm going back to Alaska so I can fucking talk.
You don't need
can't-
language up
I
there.
can't say I'm jet lagged because it's only a 3-hour difference.
Oh really?
Yeah, we're 3 hours behind up there.
God damn, you got me wanting Chipotle now.
Let's go.
Have you heard about that place out that it's either out in the mall or it's being put in the mall? That is like a Chipotle Qdoba style place where they make fucking giant ass burritos.
Nice.
I really want one.
Oh, while I was in Alaska, I was going to do a man versus food challenge. One of the restaurants up there, it's this big ass burger.
Yeah,
I was planning on doing it. It was cheap. It was only $35.
that's not bad.
And then I saw it.
What
Bigger
was
than you
it?
expected.
I went
was
to-
it like a 10-pound burger or something?
It was a 6-pound burger and then a pound of fries. Okay, I'm gonna.
Oh.
It's called the Seward's Folly. Which, fun fact, that's what Alaska was originally named. Seward's Folly.
Really?
Whole backstory, we'll talk about that another time. The burger was 2 thick caribou patties
Nice.
on 3 pieces of Texas toast, 12 pieces of bacon,
Oh my god.
4 pieces of cheddar cheese, and then I think 6 other pieces of different assorted cheeses, and then lettuce, tomato, onion, pickle, all that shit. And then there was this sauce that they have. It's called fat ass sauce. It kind of looked like thick coleslaw.
Yeah.
It didn't look that great. Like, you mix sour cream and coleslaw, add some peppers, that's kind of what it looked like.
I just had a heart attack thinking
It-
about eating it.
It's called fat ass sauce for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I tried it. I wasn't a fan of the fat ass sauce. But you take all that, and it's like ridiculously huge. And to make it even bigger, they add a pound of fries.
So, do you have to eat the fries too?
I have to eat everything.
And if you eat it within a certain amount of time, it's free?
I don't know about free. It's already $35. I think they just put your name on a wall or some
Oh,
shit.
Fuck that.
But I couldn't do it. There was no way I could
Yeah,
have done
no,
it.
that's
I did get one
ridiculous.
of their other burgers. They're like, all right, if you can do this burger, you might as well try it. I ate the other burger because the other burgers are about the same size, maybe a little smaller than a Bear's burger.
Ah.
But the patties of like a Bear's burger, imagine like thicker, but that side like just as wide around.
What was on it? What you got?
What I got just a basic patty, pepper jack,
Did it
bacon.
oh, nice.
They didn't have my favorite burger. My favorite burger of all time is like the breakfast burgers and stuff where they put bacon and egg on it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, have you ever had that steak burger at Steak and Shake, the Royale?
They're all steak burgers. They're famous for
God
steak
damn
burgers.
it, man! the Royale, the one that has the egg on it.
No, I have
it's
not.
Really good.
I pretty much only get a Frisco melt whenever I go to Steak and Shake.
Yeah, try this burger. It's amazing.
Are you guys doing anything after the podcast?
I'm going home because I'm broke as fuck.
Going to work.
Going to work? Damn it!
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to Bears, and I wanted you guys to go with me
next week.
next week.
Next week. Oh wait, I won't be here next week.
You're not gonna.
God damn it! I'm gonna be in Illinois. We'll have to record like Wednesday or something.
All right.
Revelations on the podcast.
Yeah. Sorry.
Next film up.
Oh yeah.
Road to Paloma, directed by Jason Momoa, written by Jason Momoa, starring Jason Momoa. Aquaman is getting his work done, people. Okay, here's the
So does he
synopsis.
get paid 3 times as works?
I think, yeah, sure. WWE Studios is making it, so take with that what you will. It's the story of a man who avenges the murder of his mother. He's a Native American biker who must now flee across America to escape justice.
I like Jason Momoa a lot, but I won't see it because it's WWE. I'll wait till it comes out on Netflix.
I'm not going to say that. I'll wait for reviews to come out and say it's actually a really good movie.
Yeah.
And then I'll go see it.
Yeah,
But
it's
I'm
not-
not going to go see it immediately.
Yeah, it's not something I go see immediately. Yeah, like the WWE.
It looks like it's
definitely-
very well shot.
It does. Yeah, it does look good.
He looks good in the role.
Yeah, no, he definitely fits that role.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
He's such a likable guy. Like, I've seen interviews with him.
Oh, yeah, he's funny as shit.
And it's hard to hate anything he does, but I probably won't see this for a while.
Next film up, Unbroken. We're going to talk on this one for a little
Yep,
bit.
we are.
I think this movie looks incredible because it's the story of Louis Zamperini, the world's greatest badass of all time. It's directed by Angelina Jolie. Written by the Coen brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, it stars Jack O'Connell and, again, Domhnall Gleeson and Garrett Hedlund.
It looks interesting. I have a huge amount of respect for the guy. I read his story.
He just passed away last week.
Last week.
Yeah. He was 98.
98.
Wow.
The man his life is amazing to read about. I mean, he truly is a badass.
It's one of the greatest, like, personal stories of all time, if not the greatest personal story of all time, of, like, perseverance and accomplishment.
That being said, I probably will not see this.
I'm seeing
simply
it
because it doesn't speak to me.
I will see it opening week. For those of you who don't know who Louis Samperini was, back in the early 20 or 30s, he was an Olympic runner, and then he joined the Army
During World War II.
Yeah. He was shot. His plane was shot down over the Pacific, where he survived. This is all true, by the way. So first he was a runner, and then his plane was shot down in World War II over the Pacific, where he survived on a raft for 33 days, just catching fish and seagulls that flew by. He would jump up in the air, catch them, and then eat them raw.
Wow.
After 33 days, he was captured by the Japanese and thrown into a Tokyo prisoner of war camp, where he was tortured daily. And then after all that, he was released, and he lived to be 98.
This guy is hard fucking core.
No,
Yeah.
I definitely, definitely lots of respect for this guy.
Balls of lead.
Yeah, no, it is really a great story, and I mean that's just unbelievable that he was able to persevere through all that stuff.
Yeah.
That being said, I have very little interest in this movie whatsoever.
You don't
I'm
like this
kinda the
movie
same
for
way.
one reason, and that's a bullshit reason.
No, I don't like this movie for a lot of different reasons.
Okay, you don't. Okay, we're gonna talk about your main reason.
The main reason is
You don't like the way it's shot. You hate this style of
I hate
cinematography, or
two things: one, the story, and two, the cinematography.
the story.
Not his story, the script, the way it's written.
You don't know how
See,
it's
he's
written.
looking at it from a technical aspect. This guy's a writer. I can't fault him for it.
You're saying that
Based-
the
based-
Coen brothers are bad writers.
No, not at all. Based on how the trailer looks, it looks like a linear story, starting when he's a kid. Then he's the rebel, and then he becomes a runner, and then he joins the military, and then he gets shot down, and then he's in the ocean, and then he gets put in prison, and blah blah blah. I mean, you basically follow him from his child.
That's how
till
the
he gets
trailer
out.
set up. That's not necessarily how the film could be set up. The
Well, I
film
know,
could be
but-
set up like a Tarantino film where it goes back and forth.
It could, but it's trailer talk, so we're talking
Yeah,
about the
we
trailer.
have to base our opinion off the
On the
trailer
trailer.
because we know nothing about the
That's
movie.
all I know. So that's
There's nothing wrong with linear stories. What's wrong with linear?
There's nothing wrong with linear except when it spans 40 years.
It
50
doesn't
years,
work in
60
video
years.
games anymore.
What the fuck?
Everything's open world.
This would be very powerful if we're talking.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about I'll talk about it later, but revolution of video games where everything is open world now. Everything is open world.
That's a story. That's a discussion for another time. My point being is, if we follow him just from when he gets shot down, he's in the ocean, and when he's in the internment camp, the prisoner of war camp, and we see flashbacks of these things that kind of
See,
made
that's
him.
what I'm thinking it's going to happen.
If
That's how
it's
gonna be
that,
set
then
up.
I'm okay with the story aspect of it. That we can overlook. As far as the style and cinematography, I don't really like. Every scene, again, this is based just off the trailer, 'cause that's all I've seen. All the war shots when he's in the prisoner of war camp, it's the sunniest, brightest, most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your life.
It's Japan.
Yeah, but
So-
it's not always sunny and bright.
As a director, as a filmmaker, you have to make a conscious choice of how you want your film to look to represent how you want your audience to feel. If you can't make everything bright and sunny and then try to make it you feel bad for everybody.
Yeah,
I
but
mean-
you also got to make it bright so people can fucking see it.
Well,
Thor,
yeah.
I'm talking to you.
I'm just saying, to me, the way that it looks and then how I feel like I'm supposed to feel about this guy and his story don't match up at all. That's just me.
I just don't want to see it. I probably won't see it because I just don't want to see it. It's not grabbing me. The story is amazing, but it's not grabbing me.
Oh, last week you guys were talking about Fury.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You guys never mentioned it was directed by David Ayer.
Yeah, I thought I did.
I don't know.
I don't think you did, because that's what I was going to be on my list of nitpicks.
That movie looks awesome.
Yeah, he directed End of Watch.
That's a great movie.
And he wrote the script for Training Day.
That's
but
a good movie too.
I think Unbroken is going to be probably an Oscar contender and will win Best Picture. That's how I look at it.
Don't think it'll win Best Picture, but I do think it'll be a contender.
I think it'll get a nomination. I mean, to be completely honest, I liked 12 Years a Slave, but it wasn't my favorite simply because of the way the story went and like the time span we followed him in.
I don't think.
I think I'll dislike this movie for the same reason. I don't think this is going to be as good as 12 Years a Slave.
It deserved a nom, but it wasn't the best movie that came out that year.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best movie that came out that year. It was the best of the nominations.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, next film up, Wild. Director, Jean-Marc Vallée. He directed Dallas Buyers Club.
Great movie.
Your favorite movie
Which
of
I thought
last
was
year.
the best movie of last year, yes.
Starring Reese Witherspoon, Laura Dern. I love Laura Dern, Jurassic Park. You kidding me? Thomas Sadowski and Kevin Rankin. Reese Witherspoon, I think this is going to be another Oscar contender performance by her.
Yeah, me
I
too.
can see that.
Okay, so Jean-Marc Vallée works with McConaughey.
Yeah.
McConaughey wins an Oscar. McConaughey works with Reese Witherspoon in Mud. Now Reese Witherspoon works with Jean-Marc Vallée. Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Yes.
Hey, it's a 12 degrees of Kevin Rankin.
Hey, there you
Get
go. Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay, the story. After a recent tragedy in her life, a woman goes on a 1,100-mile hike across the world.
just that synopsis makes this movie sound really boring.
It does sound really boring.
I don't think it
but
will
the
be,
trailer,
but yeah.
It looks amazing.
she looks like she's gone through some trials and
Yeah.
tribulations. Like she does heroin. She has sex with everybody. And apparently we're going to see some nudie Reese Witherspoon. So
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I think this. I mean, I like Reese Witherspoon. I don't. The only movie I've seen her in that I didn't like was that goddamn Sweet Home Alabama.
that was a
Terrible
dumbass
movie. But this could really bring her to a whole different kind of. I mean, it seems out of her element, and she looked really good. I want to see it.
She'll get her second Oscar probably for this movie.
What did she get an Oscar for?
Walk the Line. We just talked about it.
Oh, goddamn!
No,
I
I
haven't
mean,
seen that movie.
this does look good. But again, I'm not sure this is one I'll go see in theaters. At least not right away. It does look good, but it just doesn't seem like the type of movie that's really gonna make me want to spend the $10 for a ticket.
Well, it's
The first, opening couple weeks.
and that really sucks because these movies look really good, but you got to be so picky about what you go see, mainly because the prices are so high.
Yeah.
But
out
I'm
of
still
all the
going to go see
movies-
Ninja Turtles in 3 weeks.
Okay, speaking of Ninja Turtles, when I went and saw Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, I was
Yeah.
on the fence about seeing Ninja Turtles.
You want to see it now, don't you?
Let me finish.
Okay.
I walked in to see Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and as I walked in, there was this giant cardboard cutout of all the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
After seeing this sounds stupid. I don't know why, but after seeing this cardboard cutout, I have absolutely no interest in seeing this movie anymore. I saw the cardboard cutout, and I'm like, that's it. Fuck it. I'm not seeing the movie.
I'm
There was
mainly
nothing wrong with cardboard cutout. I just looked at it. I'm like, oh, okay. I've made my decision.
I'm gonna go
I
see
made
it
it
because
'cause
I
I've been
love
drinking.
Ninja Turtles. So.
I had a great day yesterday. I'm sorry I'm going to go off on another tangent. I had a great day. I played Payday 2 all day. Then I went to Harbell's and I got some chicken nachos and a
Nice.
couple of Long Islands because they were on special.
Yeah.
And then I walked in, decided I wasn't going to watch Ninja Turtles. And then I saw Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and I went home and I played Payday 2, and then I got ready for the podcast today. Maybe that's why I'm just so terrible today, because I spent more time playing Payday 2 than
You're
I
still
should
thinking
have.
about it.
It's a good game, but I didn't do any preparation for the podcast today.
Might be it then, yeah.
So
That's okay.
I'm sorry, people. Our next film up, Exodus, Gods and Kings. Directed by Ridley Scott. The man gave us Gladiator, Alien, Blade Runner. Written by Steven Zalane. Guy gave us the scripts for these movies. Get ready to have your
Goddamn.
mind fucking blown.
Holy shit.
Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, Moneyball, American Gangster, Gangs of New York, Mission Impossible, Schindler's List, and Awakenings.
God damn.
It's a pretty good resume right there.
I'd fucking
yeah.
say.
Gangs of New York, Schindler's List, and Awakenings, and even Girl with a Dragon
Moneyball,
Tattoo.
American Gangster.
Yeah. We're just saying the list over and over again because you have
Jesus.
to realize how good this guy is when it comes to writing shit. Starring, this is what Exodus, the movie stars, Christian Bale, Joel Edgerton, John Turturro, Sigourney Weaver, and Aaron Paul.
Is Aaron Paul going to say bitch one time in this movie? 'Cause
Better.
that'd be awesome.
go, bitch.
Obviously, if you don't know what it's about Moses leading people from Egypt.
From the trailer, I was on board, and then I saw the very last scene with the wall of water, and it looked like the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. I was like, this movie looks really good. And then I saw my, holy tits, that is cool. That is really, really cool. I'm not sure who the
special effects,
the CGI company that's doing this is, but
I have zero desire to see this.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is one of only about 2 movies on this trailer list that I actually want to see.
Okay, Zach, I don't know if you heard me, but it's written by Steven Zalane. The guy wrote the scripts for Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, Moneyball, American Gangster, Gangs of New York, Mission Impossible, Schindler's List, and Awakenings.
Listen, I'm with that. That's great. It's written.
I don't know if you heard, it's directed by Ridley Scott. He gave us
I
Gladiator,
like Ridley Scott as
Alien,
well.
and Blade Runner.
But when I saw this trailer, I don't know what to think. And the more I think about it, the movie looks so fucking ridiculous. I can't get past. It looks like an action movie. Now, granted, the movie might be different, like we talked about with Unbroken. It might be completely different than the trailer, but the trailer makes it look like something that is just I can't wrap my head around.
Did you know that it's starring Christian Bale, Joel Edgerton, John Turturro, Sigourney Weaver, and Aaron Paul?
Yes.
My thing
I
is
get it.
I think this is definitely looking at this as a more like a historical piece as opposed to a biblical piece. And I think there's a distinction there that needs to be made.
Okay, see, maybe that's my problem, is I can't separate it.
You're like thinking like the Disney version, like the Prince of Egypt or whatever. Like
I've never seen that movie.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I'll
But
watch
I
that.
think that's because in my head,
You watched it too?
Yes.
Yeah.
when I think of
That's fucking Val Kilmer, you know?
It is really.
Yeah, that's Val Kilmer.
when I think of this story, I can't get past the biblical part of it. I don't think of it as anything else. That's like, I think that's why Noah was so bad, is that it was not a biblical movie, and that's why people didn't get behind it. I mean, I don't know.
I think it'll be more of a biblical story because they're using this. I don't know why I know this, but because they're using the Pharaoh as Ramses.
Yeah.
And wait, what did I say? It's not going to be biblical because they never mention in the Bible which Pharaoh it is, but they say it cannot be Ramses because he was in a different time from when the Moses story is supposed to take place.
Okay, that's fine. But still, in my head, I'm thinking of it as a biblical story, and the trailer makes it look different, and it's just hard for me to separate it. It's not the fault. It's not their fault. It's just in my head.
I just hope it's not like Noah.
Yeah.
Because
It
Noah
won't
had
be.
Darren Aronofsky and Russell Crowe, which when you say those two together, it sounds amazing. But the movie, I did say it was a see it, but the more I think about it,
Barely.
it's a barely a see it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I mean, I can see why someone might have questions about this. I really want to see it, and I think once you actually sit down and watch it, that it'll definitely kind of confirm that it was the right choice to sit down and watch it.
When does it come out? Sometime
Christmas.
this fall. Christmas.
Christmas.
Tell you what, I'll go see it with you the day it comes out,
Okay.
and I'll form my opinion then.
Out of all of the movies we're talking about, I can only see a few that I will see in theaters. I'll see Frank. I won't see Zero Theorem.
Nope.
I won't see Jimmy. I won't see Road to Paloma. I will see Unbroken. I will see Wild, mainly because Jean-Marc Vallée is directing it. I will definitely see Exodus. And I will absolutely see Sharknado 2, the second one. Directed by Anthony C. Ferrante. He did the first Sharknado, so we know he's going to be just as
Jesus
good.
Christ.
Starring Tara Reid, who's fine. Vivica A. Fox, who's pretty hot. Mark McGrath. I guess he ran out of money from Fly.
The one-hit wonder.
I don't know. Sugar Ray had a few songs. I just want to fly. Okay, if that song does not play while a shark is flying through the air and eating people, that is the biggest missed opportunity of all time. It's also starring fucking Andy Dick and fucking Perez Hilton.
Hey, you know what? That's kind of on par with what this movie's going to be.
Okay, we don't talk about things we hate a lot on this podcast. I fucking hate Andy Dick more than anybody on the planet. Like, if you... No, I'm not going to say that.
How the fuck did this movie get a sequel?
Because it's fucking Sharknado.
Yeah.
No, you
It
know
doesn't need a reason.
No, I mean,
Titanic got a sequel.
that shouldn't have even got a first movie. I can't even. I couldn't wrap my head around the Exodus movie. I can't wrap my head around this movie. I've seen some shit in my life, movie-wise. I can't fathom giving 5 seconds of my life to watch this heaping pile of dog crap.
Are you kidding me? Sci-fi original films are the best films in the world.
Some of them are great. Mega Croc versus Godzilla, awesome. But I don't want to see this. This looks stupid.
I mean, obviously no one takes this seriously. They don't even take it seriously.
Well, yeah, you can't.
In the trailer, one of the guys says you literally just jumped the shark.
Yeah.
So you know they're laughing at it too. So I don't know. I've never seen the first one. I'm not going to see this one either.
Yeah.
But I know there's people that like to get drunk and watch these. So hey, for them,
Oh yeah,
this is
that's
awesome.
exactly.
Yeah,
what
I mean, I won't see it. It just blows my mind.
You're talking
Tornadoes with
about
sharks.
how many like on this list you would watch. I would watch Exodus and Frank in theaters, and then possibly Road Diploma if it was good, and then possibly Wild if it gets a Oscar nom.
Really, you wouldn't see it in theater?
I think
Wild,
I'd see
probably
Wild in
not.
theaters.
I figured out of all of them, you'd be up on that one.
There might be 3.
I really do like Jean-Marc Vallée, but just I don't know, the story didn't do enough for me to. If I'm really going to sit in a theater for 2 hours and watch this, it just didn't really.
It kind
pique
of
my
reminded me
interest.
of a mixture between that and Into the Wild.
That's the first thing I
Yeah.
thought of when I saw this trailer was Into the Wild.
Really?
Yes.
I love that movie.
Love that movie. It's great.
That was your pick for 2007 or whatever
Yeah,
when it
that was
came
my
out.
favorite movie that year.
Yeah.
So good.
Okay, so we're getting close on time. We're going to do a quick balls deep on George Clooney.
Wait, what are we at on time?
We're at an hour.
You want to just save it for next week?
No, because we need to have some time to edit down. Because
Oh.
I have to edit out all the stupid shit that I said earlier.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so we have 10 George Clooney films that we're going to talk about, and I'm a fan of all of them. Really, I've seen all of these. All right, so the first one we're going to talk about is The Descendants.
I have
Just
not
came-
seen this movie.
You have not seen The
No,
Descendants.
I haven't.
I've seen this movie. I own this movie. It is a great movie.
It's a very good movie.
I really want to see it.
So George Clooney and his kids live in Hawaii. They're Hawaiian natives, not
Not
native
natives.
but they
Their families lived there for a century or so.
Yeah. His wife dies or is dying.
She's in a coma for 90% of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Spoiler.
so they're feeling super bad for her, and then they find out that she was having an affair. So
Oh, shit.
George Clooney goes to go and find the guy
Tries to
that-
track down the guy that's sleeping with his wife. Yeah.
sleeping with his wife
Whoa.
to tell him that she's in a coma.
That's fucking heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all going on. There's also a subplot where
He's trying to rekindle the relationship with his kids.
with his kids, and also him and his family are the largest single landowners on this island in Hawaii. Like they've got it from like their descendants. They've inherited this.
Oh.
And he has the controlling interest of all this land, but there's like a certain law there that the time is running out that they can still own it, so he has to sell it. Or he has to either sell it or split it up or do something.
I think what they
Why
wanted to
couldn't
do
he
is they
just
wanted to
get-
build a giant condominium area on it, and it was like native land, and he has to decide if he's going to build this condo that'll bring in a lot of revenue for the family, like his whole family,
Okay.
or if they'll give it back to the people.
Yeah. Well, no. There's two competing companies trying to buy the piece of land from him. One wants to build the condominiums, and the other is a native company that's
Yeah.
wanting to build something that's a lot smaller and is gonna be less impactful on the island.
Why?
Yeah.
Why couldn't he just keep his? I don't get that.
Because they inherited it because like his family married into like the royalty in
Oh,
Hawaii,
but-
and it was like leased land that had like passed down, and the time is running out on it. They can't keep it anymore.
Okay, it reminds me of this is great. Steven Seagal on Deadly Ground. The storyline. I think I remember where this company owned this land that the Eskimos wanted back, and like they had to do something with this. Okay, so that makes sense now. I got you.
It's explained in the movie, and it makes sense. It's not.
Shout out
like,
to
too
Steven
far
Seagal. Well, I want to see it. I need to find
Definitely,
that
it's very
shit.
good.
Okay, next film up, Ides of March. He starred, wrote, and directed this.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
I'd say he's the second lead in this behind Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, and then it also has Paul Giamatti and Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah,
in it.
I knew Philip Seymour Hoffman was in it.
No, this is a good movie as well. I think I probably like The Descendants a little bit better. But no, this is a very good movie.
Cool. Is The Descendants on Netflix?
I think
I know
Is
Ides,
it? It is.
Ides of
Maybe,
March.
yeah.
Because I do see it every single time I swing by. I'm like, I
Yeah.
should rewatch
No
that.
shit.
sure.
Okay, I'm gonna have to put that in my queue.
Ides of March. Ides of March is really good.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling plays a political consultant working on George Clooney's presidential campaign.
Yeah.
And basically he really believes in him, and then he takes a meeting with Paul Giamatti, who's the political consultant for the other guy.
Yeah.
George Clooney's opponent, and he basically gets kicked off George Clooney's team and basically
just for having a meeting with
the opposition, and basically kind of goes on a little revenge tear.
Oh shit!
Finds out some dark shit about George Clooney. He's like,
Damn.
you put me back on your running campaign, or I'm gonna leak all this shit about you.
He's got dead hookers in his trunk, stuff like that.
Huh?
Yeah. Spoiler. Way to go, Zach.
I just spoiled the movie for myself.
Yeah. Next movie up. I love this movie. Up in the Air.
Up in the air, yeah. You haven't seen this one either?
Okay. George Clooney, his job is to go around to different companies and fire people.
Yeah, I know all about this movie.
And he's just flying from city to city around the world.
Yeah.
And he's accruing flyer miles.
Yeah.
And that's like his main goal in life is to accrue flyer miles.
Yeah.
Because if he gets to a certain level, he'll know that he's like reached like the peak of like flying as much as pilots do.
Jesus. It has a very luscious Anna Kendrick in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Vera Farmiga, who is, I think she's pretty. You think Anna Kendrick's beautiful. I think
I
she's
do.
cute. I think she's
I think she's amazingly beautiful, and I also like her as an actress. So.
Isn't Jason Bateman his boss in this movie?
So he's a horrible boss.
No, wow.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay, I'm excited for that movie. It
I
looks
am not.
funny.
It looks stupid.
I love the first one. I thought
Fucking
it was hilarious.
stupid.
This is probably, I think, one of George Clooney's best like personal performances in this film. It's not my favorite movie he's been in.
No. I'm going up the list to. I'm kind of egotistical here. I'm going up to my favorite. Actually, it's all of our favorite because we said it earlier. So the next film up after Up in the Air is, drumroll, Syriana. He got an Oscar for this movie.
I didn't say this was my favorite.
No, we're leading up to the film.
Oh,
No, yeah, I saw this movie.
No, it's really good.
It is good.
I like his beard.
Yeah.
Did you ever? You haven't seen
I have seen this
Okay.
actually. Yeah.
This is the first one that you've seen.
Yeah. I mean, it was
Oh,
okay.
did you? No, you haven't seen Up in the Air. So yeah, this is the first
It
one.
I really, really looked forward to seeing it when it came out, and I finally saw it, and it was okay. It didn't grab me the way Michael Clayton did. I thought Michael Clayton was better.
That's the next up on the list. Michael Clayton.
Yeah, I love that movie.
That movie was
Really
freaking
good. He's a lawyer for, I think it's a pharmaceutical company. I can't remember. I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's been forever. I
Yeah,
forget.
so it's
Yeah.
been a long time since I've seen that movie.
I hate saying this. I forget what the movie's about. I just remember it was a really good
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. But it was nominated for an Oscar that year.
It was
And
nominated for a shit
It
ton
was
of Oscars.
really good. I liked it a lot.
The next movie up, I think this is your favorite, From Dusk Till Dawn.
Not my favorite, but I like the movie. You're
You're the one who put this one down. So
It's a fun movie. We've all seen it. You've seen it.
I have not seen it.
You haven't
seen
seen
it?
this movie?
No.
Crazy. He's this super demented like criminal with Quentin Tarantino's his brother in the movie, and they kidnap Harvey Keitel and Juliette Lewis.
it's
and,
Robert Rodriguez.
yeah,
film.
Robert Rodriguez. And they're fleeing to Mexico because they don't want to get caught by the feds. So they get to Mexico and they pull up in this bar and they have to wait for their contacts to get a hold of them. And this bar just happens to be a vampire bar. Fucking stupid idea.
It's the dumbest
It's
idea.
like the dumbest premise ever.
It's so fun to
and
watch.
the acting
though.
is terrible.
Oh yeah.
But it's one of those really bad, really fun movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Actually,
good.
George Clooney doesn't give that bad a performance in this movie.
yeah.
No. It's all right.
When you said that, I knew you were going to say that movie too.
Did you really?
I as soon as George Clooney. Oh yeah, I know his accent. Next movie up, I'll let you take this one, Austin. Good night, good luck.
Good night, good luck.
He wrote and directed this one as well, I believe.
He did.
Okay.
He wrote the screenplay for it, directed it, and obviously was one of the stars in it. It's shot in black and white. It's basically all about McCarthyism, basically how McCarthy came in and the Red Scare and how he basically tried to blacklist all of Hollywood. And it's about Morrow. Can't remember his full name. Edward Morrow, I believe. He was a newscaster who basically stood up to McCarthy and called him out on his bullshit. Who basically got put on blast because he did so. And it's honestly, to me, it's kind of like. Have you seen this movie, Andrew?
Yeah.
Okay,
I've seen it.
you've
That's
seen it.
David Strathairn.
It is. It kind of not really, but Robert Downey Jr.'s in this movie. I know that. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of the way that the actual main guy, the newscaster, talks. Reminds me a lot of the newsroom.
Robert Downey Jr.'s in it.
So,
are you gonna?
Not in it.
I'm an idiot. You might hate me for saying this. I hated that movie.
Really?
I really did. I really was jazzed about seeing it because I'd heard so many good things about it. And this was when they still had video stores. And I picked it up on the way home one day and I watched it. And I just, it was slightly better than Frost Nixon, which was terrible. But I just did not like it.
Sig Mickelson. That's Jeff Daniels' character.
It's one of those movies that got a ton of praise and stuff, like Frost Nixon.
Yeah, I didn't. Frost Nixon.
I didn't either. But when I saw it, I was just like, "Why?" It didn't. I liked the lead. I can't remember the guy's name. He's in Godzilla. He's in a ton of shit. But
the Bourne series.
Yeah, I just didn't like the movie.
All right, Austin, we'll let you keep going with this. The Ocean series, mainly Ocean's 1,
11. Yeah, Ocean's 11. Yeah, no, I mean that's
Ocean's 1.
Ocean's 1. Well, technically, no. I mean, I kind of count this as one film because it's one series, but no, I mean they're just fun. I mean, they're great. It's a great heist movie.
Which one was it where George Clooney goes to Brad Pitt's room and Brad Pitt was crying because he was watching Oprah, and they both start crying because George. Did he just buy her a house?
That's the second or third one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's not the first one.
I just remember that scene as one of the funniest scenes for him ever. Have you been crying?
I need to see if this is on Netflix because I haven't seen this in a long time.
Which one?
The first one. But every time you guys talk about it, I'm like, God damn it, I want to see that
grab
movie.
it.
Yeah. I was like, I got it on DVD too.
It's in the O's.
Life is hard.
What?
I don't see it.
Oh, it's over there.
So,
the next film I'm going to talk about, because neither of you guys have seen it yet, but you're going to watch it because I'm going to make you watch it. Burn After Reading. It's a Coen Brothers film starring George Clooney, Brad Pitt. Probably their funniest roles together. Brad Pitt plays this flamboyant gym instructor, and George Clooney plays this ex-operative. And this whole story is about. I hope I'm not gonna spoil the movie too much.
Yeah.
But it's about John Malkovich is an ex-CIA operative, and he wants to write down his memoirs of his life as an operative.
Yeah.
And he accidentally leaves it at the gym. And it's just a memoir of, it's not like giving away any secret information. But Brad Pitt and this woman get a hold of it, and they think it's some secret information, so they're trying to blackmail him into giving them a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And just Brad Pitt is so fucking stupid in this movie. And it somehow gets George Clooney involved. And it gets all these other people involved. And it's just something that doesn't matter is getting a lot of people in trouble.
Yeah. I think the reason I haven't seen this is because when it first came out, I don't know if it was a critic review or if it was just someone that had seen it, told me that it wasn't any good and not to watch it. So I guess I just kind of took their word for it at the time. And I just never did.
You done fucked up, Ron.
I don't want to see it.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I don't know about that.
If you're going to make him watch From Dusk Till Dawn...
I'm not going to make him watch it. I just think it's a fun movie, but I have no desire to see Burn After Reading. I just don't.
I think you would love it. I think you would love it so much. But the number one George Clooney movie ever is Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah, I mean...
It's probably my favorite, yeah.
What can you say? It's great.
I love John Goodman in that movie.
Oh, yeah. Big Dan.
Big Dan Teague. Oh, that's so good. And then at the end, when they're doing the concert, and he's wooing Holly Hunter while they're singing that fucking song that was huge for 6 months when it came out.
Oh yeah, dude! I still listen to that song, "Soggy Bottom Boys."
There's two
Man of Constant Sorrow.
There's two parts in that last bit that I laugh way more than I should. But you know when they're singing and he pulls his beard down.
Oh yeah, I love that part.
For some reason that makes me laugh, just hysterically. It's so funny. And then when the senator or governor, the fat governor, comes up and he starts and he puts his thumb on his ass. I don't know why that's so funny, but it is.
Pappy O'Daniel.
Who was this? A Coen Brothers movie too?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. You know who wrote it? Homer.
Yeah, exactly. The Odyssey.
It's based on the Odyssey. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that.
I
was hoping that they would give Homer an Oscar nomination.
Yeah, see, what the girls down at the creek are the sirens.
Yeah.
John Goodman's the Cyclops.
Yeah. The Suitors is what's his name? He's bona fide. I know that.
Yeah.
The devil is the cop, the blind cop with the hound.
Oh yeah,
That's the devil.
I like the part where he goes in to get Dapper Dan. He's like,
I'm a Dapper Dan man.
Isn't this just an anomaly? 2 weeks from everywhere.
I don't want fop, god damn it.
but yeah.
Damn, we're in a tight spot. Okay, this George Clooney is one of the funniest things in this movie. He's paterfamilias.
He's bona fide.
He's bona fide.
Do not seek the treasure.
Do not seek the treasure. This is okay. When you were asking me the other week, what's a movie I can rewatch over and over again and it will never get boring? This is the movie. I can watch this movie all the time.
I can see that. Oh well. Anyway, I think we're at an hour and 20.
Yeah, we're at an hour 20. We won't do IMDb idiots.
IMDb idiots.
So we'll catch you next week. I'm going to run back to Alaska and learn how to fucking talk. And then I'll be back. And hopefully I'll do a lot better. And this is where I'm going to nitpick on stuff you guys did last week.
Real fast before you do that. I posted this on the Facebook page for the See It. And if you guys are listening and you want to watch this, it's a short film. Locally produced and made here in Springfield in association with the Missouri State Film Department. It's called Mara.
How do you spell it?
M-A-R-A.
Okay.
I'm not sure how long it's going to be up because I think they're going to take it down so they can reproduce it and sell it. But it's up there. It's up right now. The video is. It's only 34 minutes long. It's a short film. The cinematic quality of this for a student indie film will blow your mind. It's unbelievable. I suggest all of you watch it.
Okay. All right.
And that's my little plug, so go ahead.
Okay, you started the blog.
Yeah, finally, after fucking 4 weeks, I finally got it. It's up at seeitpodcast.blogspot.com, and I did the first one. It's just about fandom in Hollywood and how it can actually be a bad thing sometimes. It took me, I think, I don't know, an hour and a half to write, but I had a lot of fun doing it. So much so that I'm going to make my own blog doing other stuff.
Not the best.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, so thank you everybody for listening. Last week you plugged the wrong Twitter. You plugged a different Twitter account, not ours.
I said at See It Podcast.
Yeah, it's not us.
Oh, it's not?
Yeah.
What?
We're at C_it_podcast.
God damn it.
So yeah, you can find us on Twitter. You can also find us on Facebook at /the See It Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube at /See It Podcast. Thank you to Podomatic. They're the ones that give out this content. And you can find us on iTunes in the link below. Everybody, have a great week. We'll catch you next time for episode 20.
Woo!
Whoa.
That's a mile marker right there.
It is a mile marker. We're going to have to get you some actual alcohol.
Yeah, I'll drink a beer for that.
All right. We'll catch you next week, everybody. See you then. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye.